Okay, so the one thing we didn't do to start with was set up a example of the test scene, working with the HDA and setting up the license. So we're going to go back and do that now. And basically, all we have to do is have these all in the same location, so it's easy to find them, and extract the test scene. The test scene is just a hip file and some motion capture. And now, if we go into Houdini and go open, I've done this a couple times, so it opens directly to that folder. But you will see that we get an error, and it says using incomplete asset definition, full definition not found. That's okay. Um, so what happened is the scene file knows that these assets exist because they're in the scene file, but we haven't installed the HDA to this folder directly because it doesn't know where that HDA is. So um, since we're in our hip directory, we can go up and go to the HDA or wherever it may be, and you can click install on that. And that will start loading all the different HDAs into the file. Their complete definitions, that is. Now, once that's done, you should see this drag and drop license file here. Now, going back to our license file, basically we need to select that, make sure it's dragged over, and sometimes it may come back. Now, I think in this time, we have achieved success. Uh, Basically, you should see that Tommy's up here, and then we've got a watertight mesh node just to make sure it's working, which is a PA node. The anatomy model needs to be recached though. So the first thing you should do, go to the anatomy model and press recache on Tommy. And you may see permissions errors here. These are basically bugs right now. Sometimes there are things that we're doing in the background that may break Houdini, but it's not going to stop you from working. It's basically like some kind of thing that that's the what we're working on. Now, if you press enter, you can see all the different controls on this guy and all the different kind of settings that we've used on the model itself. And I've just turned this guy off, the null, so we can just only see the body of this character. And if you press G, you can cycle through all the different settings we've done. You can see we've placed the fingers manually. Green denotes manual placing, while yellow, when you select you can press H to mirror. So we've mirrored from right to left. And then basically that's it. You can go ahead, go to the anatomy output, you know, guess, I don't know what to say. Like, is he probably 70 kilos? That's what we said. Give or take, maybe you could lose some weight, but you can then save this to disk and again, ignore that. We'll be looking into why those pop up and removing them in future versions. And I think on this computer, it took about 40 seconds last time. It does require a little bit of RAM. So, 16 gigabytes of RAM is important to have on your computer at minimum. I would recommend even more, 32. Um, you know, it's don't try to do two characters at once, basically. Uh, to to do this character setup process. It's definitely taken a little bit longer this time, but yeah. Once that's done, you'll see you have your character saved out. Now you can move on to the animation transfer and simulation. But definitely go to the next tutorial and look at how I set this up and how I placed everything. So enjoy.